Hi everybody, this is Jill for today. Thank you for coming into my kitchen. It's great to have you here. I'm making an apple pie. Now I'll confess I'm not a great pie maker, but I'm going to make an apple pie. The director wants one, so we're going to make one. And it just so happens the timing was perfect. The nice people here at King, actually it's called Jean Lemond, I believe, but these nice people here, and I will leave a link with a 10% discount, this most unusual pie pan. Let me take the label off here. As you can see, it's all perforated. Everywhere is perforated. Look at that. On the bottom, and then it has a release bottom. So if you were to do like a quiche, it'd pop right out. Pies will pop right out. And that's my plan today, is to use this and pop it out, my apple pie. So we're going to give it a shot. So I'm going to put this back down and we're going to get started on the topping for this pie. Now since this is a Dutch apple pie, instead of a pie that has, like, crust over the top, I'm going to make a crumbly topping that'll go on top of the apples. So in here I have some all-purpose flour, and I'm putting in some brown sugar, which you always pack that brown sugar down in your cup when you're measuring it. I'm going to just break that up there a little bit. Then a little smidgen of salt. And most pie recipes call for cinnamon and nutmeg and all that good stuff. Well, I found this at Penzeys the other day, and it's a pie spice that you could use in pumpkin pie, apple pie, whatnot, and it's got cinnamon and a vanilla sugar in it and all that good stuff. So this is what I am using instead of all those other spices. However, in the recipe that I give you printed down below the video, I will let you know what the actual cinnamon and nutmeg measurements and all. So I'm putting some of that in. And I need to quit talking so fast. So I'm going to give this a good mix. Get that brown sugar. It's still soft, but it's still got to have to work it in there. It smells good already, that spice. Okay, I think we're gonna call that good. And so now what I have here is oops, let's get that out of there. I have some cold butter that I have cut into about 1/2 inch cubes. And it's cold. You don't want to let it sit around and get to room temperature. And I'm going to put that in. And I'm going to use my hands here and crumble that in there so you get a nice even crumble. And that butter is all broken down. So I'm going to work on this, and once I have it done, I will bring you back and show you what it looks like. So here we are, and it's nice and broken up. Now in fairness and true transparency, I have to tell you, the hands just did not work. It was just too much. So I did go to the food processor and I blitzed it until I got this texture. The butter was just not breaking down and getting mixed up into the sugar and flour mixture. So that's what I did. It just wasn't working with my hands. So here I am, I'm done with the crumble top, and we're gonna move on to the apples here. I have them submerged. Nice little tip for you if you're wanting to leave apples or potatoes or anything that might, brown on you. Now see, these I'll tell you what, I did these 2 or 3 hours ago. I put them in the water, put some lemon juice in them, and I sliced them about 1/4 inch. Can you see that? So what I'm going to do now, it calls for 8 cups of apples, or 3.5 pounds. So I did do the 3.5 pounds. I'm going to drain these. I'm going to measure out 8 cups, and we'll see if that's a true estimation between the pounds and the cups. So once I have these drained off and measured and back in the bowl, we will come back. Here we are. We drained them, and the director was nice enough to measure them for me, and we came out with about 9 cups, wouldn't you say? Yeah, he's saying yeah. So we just, put them in the refrigerator and we'll eat them. So actually that was a pretty good spot on, that 3.5 cups, because actually, or 3.5 pounds, because I actually did add a little bit more. So we're gonna dress these up, and then we're gonna get ourselves a pie crust. So there's the apples. I'm gonna put some brown sugar on them. You could use light or dark, whichever you have or like to use. And I'm going to add some lemon juice here. And here's some more of that Penzeys pie spice. Put a little of that in there. Again, another touch of salt, because salt always makes things taste sweeter. I know that seems kind of, off, but that's really the truth. And then we're going to do some flour here, which is going to help thicken the juices that come out of those apples. Now we're going to give this a nice stir and get everything well combined and mixed in. Make sure it's all coated. And once I have that done, I'll bring you back. Here we are, all nicely coated. Actually, you know what? I got in there with my hands, and it made a much better way just to get in there and mush it all together. So I'm going to set this aside, and here comes the moment of truth. Here comes the pie crust. Now I have this, it says you can oil it, but it's all, kind of a non-stick surface, and I'm afraid that if you put oil on there and you put your pie crust in, it could fall, so I'm not going to do that. And I went out and I got a pre-made pie crust. That's just what I do. I have never felt comfortable making pie crusts. This is nice. It's a good size. I was afraid actually it was going to be a little too big of a pie pan, but it's working out pretty good. I want to center that a little better. And I don't want to put it too far over the lip because I do want to try and take it out of the pan. So I'm just going to do this just to support it. People who know how to make pies are saying, "Oh my gosh, Jill, what did you think you were doing taking on a pie?" Well, I did. Okay. I think actually that doesn't look too darn bad as far as how I wanted it to get it not quite to the top and over, make a lip thing. So I'm going to cut this off right here. I have some kitchen shears here. Okay. I might take that and pin it in there. Give myself a little more height there. Sorry, my hands are probably in my way and you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm doing a little patch job there. Anyway, I think that looks pretty good, really. So now I'm going to put those apples in this pie shell. And there's going to be a lot of them because you have mound them up, and then they break. They'll really cook down. So you want a nice amount to start with. Gosh, I haven't made a pie for 100 years. Probably since, oh my gosh, I don't know whether I've actually made a pie since you and I have been married. Have I made a pie since we've been married, Randy?
Oh, sure.
Okay, I couldn't remember. All right, I've made pumpkin pies, I guess. And here comes the topping, and we're just gonna sprinkle that around.
You got a hole there.
Oh, thank you. Get your hand out of my pie. I hope everyone out there in TV land, YouTube land, is accepting my attempt. As I said, if you're a seasoned pie maker, you're probably cringing, but you know what? You got to go with it. We're home cooks. I always say that. I'm not a professional cook. I don't cook in a restaurant. I cook at home, and we are home cooks. And that's how we should always think of ourselves, as home cooks, and we cook with love. That's what we cook with, is lots and lots of love. So there's my pie. Oh my gosh, it weighs a ton. So I'm going to put this on a parchment-lined cookie sheet because I know it's gonna bubble over. There's just no doubt about that. Ugh, if I can just get it in my hands. There we go. That's heavy. All right, so there is our pie. Can you feel the tension in the kitchen? I'm a little nervous. That's okay. It's gonna be fun. This is going into a preheated 425-degree oven. Now, after 15 minutes, we're going to turn that down to 350, and we're going to cook it for about 40 minutes. And it'll turn brown, of course, but you want those apples in there just bubbling and turning, and you'll see the pie crust turn brown, please. And once that's done, and I take it out of the oven, we'll be back. This is really beautiful. It took. I can't recall how many. I'll have to add up the minutes, but I think it took like 45 minutes total to cook. And it's very crispy, and the crust looks very cooked. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this set up for us to, and it's been several hours. It's very cold. Got to get it cold before you can work with it. So I'm going to get myself set up here, and we will get to the final revealing. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. Now I've got this coffee cup set here because I'm going to put the pie with the loose bottom on here, and I'm going to pray that the pie, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh my gosh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh my gosh, look at that. Let me get this out of the way. All right, I'm a convert. This pie pan is amazing. Oh my gosh. Did you expect it?
No.
No, I didn't either. This is amazing. Now I am so impressed. Now this cooled a long time, you know, and we've had dinner and we've had a couple of glasses of wine, to be honest with you, but here we're going to cut into this. Oh my gosh. I am so impressed with that. Are you impressed with that pie pan? Oh my gosh, right? So we're going to cut a piece of pie. This is the one, I think, for the director, because it's a nice sized piece. The pie feels so crispy. And he's going to take a taste test so we can look at that. But let's take a look at this piece of pie. It looks juicy. It looks... What do you want me to down?
Tilt it towards up.
Where
so
do you want me?
They can see the side.
There.
No, up the other way. Turn around. Turn around. Now up.
Up.
No.
No.
That's good. That's good. This side out.
Thank you. Oh, I see what you want to do. Okay. So I just took the piece out of this pie pan. Look at how beautiful that is. I mean, the pie is good, okay? But look at that pie pan, how beautiful that cooked, baked that pie. I'm very impressed. Gosh almighty, I've never had a pie turn out like this in my life. I'm so excited. Okay, this is really a big deal. I'm very, very happy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Can't wait. Let's take a taste, huh? It feels really, really nice. Okay, here we go. Shut the front door. First of all, the pie is excellent, but let's just put the pie apart. That crust is so crispy. Oh my gosh. That pie crust is so crispy. You wouldn't know it had a wet filling in it, I mean, it's just, oh yeah. Dynamite. Now, I'm going to show you the label once more because, seriously, I don't like to do reviews on products that I don't feel strongly about. This one's really good. This is, and I'll put a description down below. 10% discount between December 1st and Christmas Day. 10% off. And I'll give you that coupon link. I want to thank these people for sending me this pie shell, because now I'm not afraid to make pies. I'm not, because I was always afraid to make pies. You saw how afraid I was earlier. I'll take another bite. It's really good. It's really good. Thanks a lot for watching. I want you to smash that like button. I want you to subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll send my video on to other friends you might like. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.